Hello and welcome to this Zoom conversation about Theology Explorers. I'm here today with Rosemary Reber and Stephen Hughes. Stephen is the organizer and administrator of Theology Explorers, and we're here to talk about the group and to learn more and to welcome you to join the group if you'd like. Tell me about Theology Explorers.
We formed a couple of years ago, and our goal has been to share with each other, to share our what's the meaning of life, what are our religious backgrounds, and how have our thoughts on spirituality changed over the last few years. And myself, I feel like I've grown a lot spiritually through the discussions in the group. Okay, Rosemary, you want to add to what I said, or?
Well, I just wanted to mention how it all started. It grew out of the fact that people who believe in God in a very an environment where there are a lot of agnostics and atheists are reluctant to reveal that they believe in God. So we did get together so that we could talk about it and read what we wanted to read and talk about, just about belief in God. And that is how it started. But it very rapidly evolved because people who joined were either interested in exploring the area, or they were, for example, there was a humanist who joined who just wanted to understand how we felt or what we believed. And it just continued to evolve and evolve and evolve. And it's quite a mixed group and a very safe group. People can express how they believe, and there's no repercussions. You know, some of the original people left, and I thought it was intriguing, and I really have continued and love it. I really do like it very much, and I'm free to express myself.
Great. Can you talk a little bit about when you say you want to explore ideas and you want to talk about God? Can you give me like some examples of what that might mean?
What we do basically is either read different books, or sometimes there's videos we watch. And then at the time of our meeting, we will talk about it and explore it. And it doesn't have to be about God. Sometimes it's pretty different. Well, we've had a book about Wicca, and that was fascinating. I mean, so it's pretty diverse what we do now.
Well, let me add to that. I mean, we've covered, God, so many topics. And we've looked at books, we've looked at movies, videos, YouTube, TED Talks, we've shared poems. We've had a bunch of spiritual graphics that we've used to incite some discussion. Topics, paganism, death, like the book Morbid Magic, spirituality, Falling Upward by Richard Rohr, politics and religious, why good people are divided by politics and religion, meditation, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, science and spirituality, how God changes your brain by Andrew Newberg, is there scientific proof for God? We had one of our members who was writing an article on UUism, and he shared his piece, Where Are the Unitarian Universalists? Holy envy, learning about other faiths, which I think is a wonderful thing to do. Reincarnation, spirit guides, Christianity. I mean, that's what's neat, is everybody throws something into the pot, and you never know what you're going to get next week. It's great. Or next month.
That's quite a variety of topics there. And who decides these? Is a group? Do people make suggestions? How does that work?
Yeah, yes, people do bring up topics that they're interested in, or a book they've read, or a TED Talk they watched that they thought would be interesting for the group. And they'll just, suggest it. And then Steve, so monthly we do that. So we have some different topic, and it spreads around all the people who are in the group.
Yeah, it's kind of neat because, people have taken turns facilitating. So each month, somebody says, well, I'll do that particular book. And then they take care of, maybe giving out a little extra information to get people, into the subject. And then they, on the day of the session, they sort of take care of running the group that day. So it's kind of cool.
Wow, it does sound cool. So about how many people come to your meetings?
I'd say around 10 to 15, but you're probably averaging 10, and then people come in and come out. As Rosemary said, some people are really more interested in science, so they come to the science ones, and other people are more interested in meditation, so they'll come to the meditation ones.
And when you do reading, is it required that people, is it kind of necessary that they have read the book, or is it the kind of thing that, oh, that sounds like a good topic, I haven't read the book, I can still take part or gain something from it?
I think most people will either read the book or read what Steve does, which is really very nice, is he'll ask the participants to supply other little sources that would give you information about the book or the topic. So if you haven't read the book, there's usually something you could read or YouTube you can look at so that you're familiar with the topic. And you can join, and you listening to the conversation, you can join and add to the conversation. So it really works out if you don't have to read the book every time. Would you agree, Steve?
Well, I certainly know most of the time I do read the books, but there are times when I haven't. That's the way life is, and I don't want people not to show up. Often the people who haven't read the book end up making some of the greatest contributions. So that's the way it should be.
How that works. So you meet monthly. What day and what time do you meet?
We've been meeting on the second Wednesday of the month at 10 to 11:30 a.m. Just recently, one of our members, Jen, thought that it would be nice if we would get together again. So instead of having a set reading, we just get together on the fourth Wednesday at the same time, 10 to 11:30 a.m., just to share, our spiritual feelings for that month and what's going on in our lives. And I think that's been a great addition. So that's been good too. So
you meet twice a month then?
Twice a month, yeah.
The one meeting is the main meeting where we discuss a book or a video or whatever's planned. The second meeting was initiated because we've gotten pretty close together, and we wanted to talk to each other about other topics that are not necessarily about a book or about just something much more spontaneous. So the second meeting is very spontaneous meeting, and somebody picks a topic and we just talk. Very nice. Very nice.
Sound a little bit like a small group ministry.
Yes. Well, it does seem like a small group. Yeah.
So so if visitors were interested or new members are interested in coming, they're coming into a group where people do know each other well, but yet you are also, I know you've seen some members come in recently. It is also an open and friendly group for people to come.
Yes. Yes.
Because we are a very open and friendly church.
Yes.
I've been impressed with how kind the members have been. I mean, I can't really remember anybody getting upset or saying a nasty thing or a negative thing. I mean, we're all very much, that's your belief. You can believe what you want to. That's the whole point of the group, is to share our spirituality, not put down somebody else's spirituality. And I thank everybody in the group for that. It's great.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. You kind of like the best kept secret.
Right. I frequently come out of the meeting feeling so uplifted, not just because of the topic, but because of the conversation and the kindness, and it's very enriching for me personally.
Sounds like it would be. Well, those are wonderful words to close with. Steve, did you want to add anything else? You added some really nice things a minute ago.
Well, I can say that, I'm definitely in the agnostic atheist part of the spectrum, but I've changed a lot in the last 2 years. I mean, I have a lot more understanding of other people's religions. I am a lot more open to ideas that I would have shut down because of my science background. I definitely want to thank the group for making my life better.
Well, thank you both very much for taking the time to make this little movie with me. And hopefully you'll see some newcomers come visit your group.
That'd be
You'll be
great. Thank
welcome.
you.